What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Dash. I've spoken about Dash before, guys. I'm not bullish on Dash whatsoever, and I'll explain why, but fundamentally it boils down to it doesn't make sense as a payment solution for me, and it doesn't make sense as a medium of exchange for me right now. Maybe that will change, but as of right now, I think there are way better investments out there than something that effectively is a payment solution. And yeah, I'm going to get into that in this vid, and I'll justify my reasoning. But if you're a Dash holder, you know, I get it. You're probably not going to like it. But yeah, let's see. So, also, Mike Novakratz has come out swinging. So I'll talk about that in this vid. Before I get into it, though, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about when I made this channel. They're also the ones I owned when I created the channel. Had you invested just $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you did everything wrong as an investor, you ignored them for 2 straight years, you'd never sold them, you've just held them into a recession, even doing everything wrong, you'd still be in profit for around 8 grand. But if you'd sold these coins last year like I did when the markets rocketed up, $100 into each would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Now, as I said, I sold all these off. They're not what I own anymore. But if you want to see the coins that I actually own, you can go to copymycrypto.com. That is where I share my portfolio. I give all my members real-time updates anytime I buy or sell a coin. I release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets. We also have tutorials set up so that anyone that's brand new to crypto or investing can use them to get started. Not just that, guys. On the channel and on the site, we have a huge history of success. We have massive winners. You know, not least of which is obviously Phantom. In 2020, there wasn't a YouTuber out there talking about Phantom. No one was saying it was going to do big gains. I did a Udemy course titled "The Best Cryptocurrency Investment of 2020," and it was all about Phantom when it was half a cent. And I said it in the video, like in the Udemy course, it's going to 100x, and it ended up doing 677. So if you'd have put in 2 grand when I released that course and sold at the peak of 2021, you would have netted a profit of 1.3 million. Now, I'm always looking for the next Phantom, and when I find it, I'm going to go onto my site, I'm going to tell my members about the coin, I'm going to tell them the gains I think it can have, and fundamentally I'm going to tell them as well what percentage of my money I'm putting in there, and they can copy along, make the same gains. If it interests you to take the work out of your crypto investing, then go read the site, and remember, everything you read, you can verify on the YouTube channel. Right, Dash, guys, Dash. So, currently priced at $48. Huge trading volume, you know, big market cap, $500 million. And I'm not saying like this is going to zero. And what I'm saying is I think there are a lot better investments out there than Dash. You know, when you look at its peak of sort of 2018, it actually did. I don't think that's actually the all-time high. I think the all-time high was around $1,500 or thereabouts. Unless I'm wrong, all-time high. Where was it? $1,642. There you go. And then in 2021, it hit heights of $400. So look, you know, a quarter of what its peak was. Now, part of the reason that I'm not long or bullish on Dash, don't know why that's happening, is fundamentally it is a payment solution. You know, when you go to Dash's website, you can see, look, your money, your way. It's, you know, ready to start making everyday purchases with digital cash. That's what Dash stands for, digital cash. And they've got Dash Direct, which is a mobile app, which makes it easier for you to spend your funds. Now, the Dash ecosystem, I'll get into in a second, but obviously I'm not over enamored with it. First of all, look, where can you spend your Dash? And there are thousands of retailers. However, none of them are big. Like, there isn't a single store that I would go, that's a really good get for Dash. That this site is happy to take Dash as a payment solution. You know, fundamentally, really, really lacking in terms of the retailers. And you can go through and you can have a look at the kind of places, you know, that might take it. But, you know, couple food places, you know, you're not getting supermarkets that are taking it. Retail, you've got a few sort of retail places that will take it. But, you know, this isn't a payment solution that there's a clamoring for in the retail world right now. Then when we look at the ecosystem, you know, the ecosystem is effectively showing, you know, the investments of the Dash Investment Foundation. They're showing, you know, FastPass services and, you know, the peer-to-peer exchanges. They're showing the wallets on the Dash platform. You know, they're talking about what's coming up soon. You know, you've got private messenger, you're going to have ThorChain DEX integration. Now that's interesting. ThorChain DEX integration could be positive, but the rest of it is sort of fairly uninspired. Again, you know, here's your list of places you can pay for it. You've got some staking places where you can obviously utilize Dash to stake. Dash is a masternode coin. One of the big benefits of that is obviously the earnings that you can have, but to have a masternode for Dash, you need 1,000 Dash. Right now, priced at $48, that's going to cost you $48,000. And that only earns you about 6% per year. And Dash is not a coin I can necessarily see flying up to $1,000 ever again. You know, Dash is actually was one of my big investments in 2017. I got into Dash when it was about $6. And it did this huge, like, staggeringly big run all the way up to like $1,600, which was pretty incredible. And then, you know, it did, and to be fair, I don't think I sold at 1,600. I sold a good amount of the funds I'd earned at around $600, and another 20%. I think I left myself basically 20%, and I sold that at around $900. I never got to the 1,000 or the 1,600 for that matter. And the reason for that was fundamentally, it was that huge spike came in a matter of like a week, just after Christmas, sorry. And then in 2024 we really only saw like a peak up to 400, you know, which is about sort of 8x from where it is right now. But what is Dash? Like, Dash is fundamentally a payment solution. It's fast, it's good, and the value that Dash had in 2017 was actually boiled down to the ability to move money around. Both Dash and Nano, which I think is now called XNO, ran rampant in 2017 and 18, because what we did experience around them was huge delays and huge lags and huge congestion in not only Ethereum, but we saw that in Bitcoin. So what most people did was buy up Dash or Nano to move funds around, because otherwise, you know, you're going to be delayed for like a week moving Ethereum, because we had all the crypto kitties fall out, and we had huge congestion. Now, the thing is there's too many options for moving money around now. You know, we've got 20,000 plus coins, however many now. I mean, it's staggering amounts. 22,000 coins. Back then we didn't, and Dash was a great coin to move stuff because it's so rapid, and it really is fast. Same with Nano. But now I can just convert my funds to USDC or USDT. I could move and I can move them via any chain I want. You know, Tron is very, very fast. As much as I'm not a fan of Tron as effectively a project, the blockchain is rapid, and Dash isn't going to get value from moving money around anymore. So then it literally only boils down to, is it going to get picked up as a payment solution? just don't see it. I don't see it because there's a couple big problems Dash have. Dash is about privacy. Dash is not security and offers greater transparency and less risk than Bitcoin with regards to privacy. And Dash has a lot of positives with regards to being helping things stay private. However, we know governments don't want privacy, and Dash was one of the coins removed from Huobi earlier last year. So combine the privacy element, combine the fact that there's not a clamoring from retail or from anyone for a payment solution like Dash, unless they pivot from this payment solution plan and go to something where they can grow, where they can add to, where Dash can actually be the fuel for potentially, a growing sort of decentralized finance ecosystem. I don't see how it grows, and that's actually what it boils down to. I'm not saying it's going to die. I'm really not. But I don't think this is going to have the gains that the others in the top 100 right now will have. Dash will be one of the smaller gainers of the bull cycle. Even when we look at prior to the most recent bull cycle, the lowest it actually got was around $43, and it didn't really. And like I say, it did an 9x, I suppose, from $43. It's dropped a little lower so far this cycle. I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop again, feasibly, in the bear cycle. And it is secure. It's strong in terms of the amount of, in terms of the market cap. It's strong in terms of volume. So it's not going to die. It'll probably stick around in the top 100. It'll probably 4 or 5x maybe, but it won't do anything really significant compared to a lot of the cryptos out there. And that's sort of why I'm not in on Dash, if that makes sense. Yeah. I just can't see it. I can't see it. And I think the privacy element could legitimately cause some problems for Dash. And if it does, because I still believe we're going to see governments look at recommending that exchanges delist privacy coins. We saw it with Huobi last year. I think that's an inevitability. Whether that happens this year, next year, or whether that happens 4 or 5 years down the line, you never know, because governments are slow to move with regulation, as we've been aware of. But I can't see a new high. I certainly can't see a new high for Dash. Maybe it goes back up to 400 again in the next bull cycle, but I can't even see that personally. Because again, I just don't see a clamoring for a payment solution when realistically it will be very easy for retailers to start taking a payment solution in a stable coin like USDT, USDC, where there's no variation in the value of it. And fundamentally, businesses' first point of call is having liquid cash that they can either reinvest in the business or move elsewhere. And if you've got a fluctuating currency, there's not a huge appeal there for businesses. Is my logic. But what do you guys think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think Dash, because it's one of the OGs of crypto, it can still do a run? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And if you want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. Like I said, it's where I share every coin I own. Every time I make a purchase, whenever I buy a new coin or I sell a coin, I let the members know. Videos are released every day talking about the markets, and we have tutorials set up for the members. And as I always said, look guys, no one in 2020 spoke about Phantom. I did a Udemy course that was literally all about Phantom and how it would 100x. I'll find another, and when I do, I'm going to make sure the members are aware of it. I'm not going to do a Udemy course or go on YouTube. I'm just going to tell my members, I'm going to tell them what the gains I think it can have are, what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. And if that interests you and you do want to do that and you want to take the research element out of it for yourself, if you want to stop deep diving into cryptos, or you don't even want to start doing it, then maybe this is for you. So go check the site. And remember, anything that you read there, you can literally go through the YouTube channel's history and verify everything that you read. And last thing, guys, Mike Novogratz. All right. Mike Novogratz wants to punch disgraced crypto titans in the face. This is the Galaxy Digital founder who is down $3 billion as a result of the huge sort of wreckage of the crypto sort of markets at the moment. His big thing is that fundamentally Sam Bankman-Fried is the actual person that he specifies. But Sam Bankman-Fried he says he wants to punch in the face for obvious reasons. Look, we have had an insanely disruptive year this year, guys. And there is a big reminder here for everyone, because everything that really hurt the markets and everything that really hurt individuals pretty much boil down to centralized exchanges or centralized, interest accounts, whatever you want to call them. Now, obviously there were a lot of hacks this past year. Obviously there have been a lot of crypto hacks, a lot of DeFi, a lot of bridges that have been hacked. They've hurt people, but generally the biggest wreckage to the industries have come from your BlockFi, your Celsius, your Voyager, your FTX. And the biggest risk you can take with your own investments is leaving them on exchanges. Even Binance. I use Binance. I like Binance. I use Binance for trading, but I don't leave funds on Binance because it's risky. And I highly would like to remind people and recommend, not financial advice, but do not keep your funds on exchanges, because nothing, not even Binance, is removed from the ability to become insolvent. It just takes a few bad actors or some seriously bad decision making. There's no evidence that Binance are there or insolvent or anything, but they're the biggest. And any of these, I use Binance as an example because they're the biggest, but there are hundreds of exchanges and all of them have the risk of going insolvent. If any of them have used too much leverage, if any of them have put themselves in a position where FTX is a big holder or a stakeholder in anything that they've done, if you've got an Alex Mashinsky from Celsius that's a stakeholder in a ton of what an exchange has done, they're going to be in trouble. Hell, if you've got a venture capital group that's the big owner of a VC and they've got smashed in the sort of bear cycle, then those exchanges are going to be in trouble. And if your funds are on there, you're in trouble. And I highlight this because, look, there are ledgers. You can buy a ledger, you can buy a Trezor. And I'm not promoting a ledger or a Trezor. Go to their official sites, and buy one. Or find another crypto YouTuber that's giving you a promotional offer. I'm not going to do that because I'm not interested in trying to make a little bit of money off a ledger. What I'm saying is just secure your funds. If you've got a few $100 in crypto and they're good quality projects that you believe in, why not have a ledger? Yeah, it's going to cost you probably half of the amount of your portfolio, but then your funds are secure and your future. Because the point of these investments within crypto, and the point of any investments, is for your future. So if you don't secure your present, you don't secure your future. Just my 2 cents. But it's nice to see Mike Novogratz saying he wants to punch Sam Bankman-Fried in the face. I like that. Anyway, that's it from me. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.